I'm a cowboy on the steel horse I ride, and I'm wanted, dead or alive. I'm a cowboy on the steel horse I ride, and I'm wanted, dead or alive.
Ladies, and gentlemen. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. All right, so tonight we have a night drive. Sorry, just the way the schedule rolls. I've done a little more driving since I saw you last, and you can see here one of the nice things I like about the new Wheels of Fun DLC. What's it called? The Wheel Tuning Pack. You can, if you buy painted rims, you can change the colors for free. So you can always go into a truck mod center and just go in there and change colors. So I decided that I wanted the light blue of the truck to reflect in the wheels along with the other colors, the purple and the dark blue. So I kept the dark blue nuts, purple center rims or whatever, the hubs or whatever, and then made the wheels the same color as this kind of blue up at the top there. You can see the blue is matched now. Well, they're close. It's not perfect. But I thought you guys would like to see that. So it's cool. Once you buy the paintable hubs or paintable wheels, you can always paint them. And it's free. There's no additional charge. So if you just swing by, want to change the color, not liking the way they look, you can change them for free. Let's go ahead and go to the job market. Some upcoming news here. Well, let's see what's close by. We have a $14,000 trip. Where are we going? El Centro, 28 bucks per hour isn't too bad. It's all freeway. What's in San Fran? Nothing, man. Wow. How about Oakdale? Whoa, even worse. Stockton? This guy. Oh, that's a long way away from where I am, though. I mean, there's nothing close. I guess we'll just, this is probably the best one here. I mean, it's the highest paying. It's not the highest dollar per mile. Of this group it is, but if you look here, these are, well, no, 27. 33 for this guy going to Oxnard, but you have to drive. I mean, there's no straight, looking at the map, there's no straight route there. I'd have to get on the freeway, go north, quite a ways, opposite direction. It's an 8-hour trip. Probably 10 hours of driving because it's at least 2 hours in the opposite direction. How much time is left? 4 hours. Now, I may not even make it up there in time. So we're just going to go for this guy. So let's go pick it up. In the news, we have, it was raining. That's why my wipers are on. For those of you that have been playing American Truck Simulator or following it, there is some news for us. On the website today, or the intro panel as I logged in, it says that they are in beta testing now, or alpha testing for the, not beta, alpha, for the Nevada, I'm sorry, for the Arizona DLC. So that's coming soon. Could probably still be a month or two off. They said as they test it and find bugs, they'll, you know, fix them, and then they'll move into the. Did I not select that job? Why is my GPS not showing up? I should have a GPS. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, you know what? It's probably right here. I think this is the only place where, yeah, look, it's behind us. So I just need the. That's right. We still had to turn around and go back, but so they are working on the Arizona DLC, and it should be available for release here in the next month or two, hopefully, and we'll be able to get that. And it's a freebie, so that's the last free DLC I think that we get, except for maybe I know they kind of promised us the Peterbilt. Also, they said it would include 4 trucks, but maybe not. I don't know. And at this point, to be honest with you, if I got to pay them for another truck. Where's he going to go with this? If I got to pay for another freaking truck, I'm okay with that. I don't mind if it's, you know, even if it's like 10 bucks. I'll pay for another truck. These guys have usually been pretty fair on their DLC prices. They give you a lot of stuff for your money. So we'll see. I mean, they could go either way with this. I know when I look at like the train sim, and I don't know how it must work. If you look at the train sim, you know, a single train engine is $20, and they've been getting away with it. I mean, I don't. It's a high budget game. I don't know how people afford to buy the DLCs for that game. I look at the prices. You know, for a new map, it's like $60, and for, you know, a single set of trains, it's, you know, it's expensive. I don't know. I don't know how people spend that kind of money on it, but I suppose I like this game enough that I probably would be willing to pay anywhere from, you know, $10 to $20 for a new truck. I shouldn't say that out loud because maybe somebody from SCS is listening going, oh, hey, we could charge $20. Hopefully they'll be a little more fair about it. I'd hope for a $10 price tag on a new semi, honestly. And with the modding out there, it's gonna make them keep their prices low, because the train simulator doesn't really have any... sorry, I forgot to put my hazards on. The train sim doesn't really have any free or mod capabilities. I don't think. It doesn't seem like there's a modding community out there. It seems like they're all... wait, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to change this to that. There we go. It seems like a majority of the train sim community is DLC only. I don't see a lot of like, hey, free mods here. It doesn't show up. Maybe in the workshop though, I don't know. But everything that I've seen in the workshop is pay, so I don't know. We'll see. It sucks though for train simmers. Sometimes I'll grab, like last year they had a sale where they had a bunch of they should make these gates work. It'd be fun if you get to stop and get your papers checked. There we go. Go ahead. They had a sale where they had like 3 or 4 layouts for like $6, because usually they're like $40 or $50, and so it might have been $20 for 3 or something like that. It gave you a couple new engines, and it gave you 2 new train layouts. Whoa, train maps or whatever. And I thought that was pretty neat. So that was worthwhile, and that's how you buy that stuff. But I'm hoping for this company that they keep it, you know, fairly priced. Sorry, I don't drive that bright. I know it's not realistic to drive with the brights on, but I know for you guys that are watching on video, a lot of times video is a little bit darker than your actual game, and I don't know why that is, but that's how it works. So whereas I can see all these details, for you guys you just see black, and that's normal for recording, but I think it's probably the compression that does it a little bit. But I know it's not realistic to drive with your brights, but for you, I will do it. Oh, I was about to turn left on red. Been playing Euro Truck Simulator in England too much. We are going to rejuvenate the Euro Truck Simulator 2 videos. Probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a run here and a run there each day, or whenever I have time. I know I haven't been doing a ton of videos lately with trucking, and it's probably making some people mad. But I will continue doing the trucking videos, and we are going to start adding, you know, mods and anything else exciting going on. Because we've played through all these trucks. Now, it's going to be a while. I have to pay off my loan. I've got $145,000 in the bank, as you can see, but I've got still $300,000 left on my loan. Once I can get that loan paid off and save up some money, we can buy another garage, and at that point I'll be looking at some of the mod trucks. But I have to get there first, because obviously I can't buy another truck right now because I don't have room in my garage for any more vehicles. I could trade one of my trucks in and give this to one of my drivers, but that seems a little unwise. It's kind of a waste of money to have to trade in a truck when you don't have to. As you can see, I've got 3,000 miles on my truck. Been doing a lot of driving. Tonight, mostly it's going to be freeway driving, unfortunately. This is a freeway trip, pretty much. Though it looks like they have us jumping around on different freeways, but... yeah, I've been enjoying this game still. I haven't played it as much in the last couple weeks because I've just been so busy. I'm also adding a couple new games to the repertoire, maybe not permanently, but Skyrim. I've produced the first 2 episodes. They'll be uploading here in the next couple days. Farming Expert, I did a 4 or 5 part review. It might be 5 parts. I'm still not done editing that one. I'm also adding a favorite mods video for the farm sim. That's going to take me a little bit of work because I'm going to zip up all of the farm sim mods that I like and put them into a file. That way when people ask, what are your favorite mods, I can say, well, you can download them here. Or I can just send them the link to my video. Because it's a daily, I get, you know, the most popular mod question I get is how I got the conveyors from the farm sim. I don't know if you watch my farm sim videos, but there's a conveyor mod that allows you to scoop stuff into a tractor with a front-mounted conveyor. And they do this in real life. I don't know why the farm sim didn't include it to begin with. I don't know necessarily about a conveyor belt, but there's auger conveyors, and I see them everywhere I go. Every farm that I go to has them. There's like 3 or 4 of them parked outside, and they basically stick one end into a pile of grain or wheat or whatever, and it augers it up into the trailer. Now, for manure and stuff, I think they probably have to scoop it manually. I don't think you can. I don't think you can just auger. Hang on, let's see. Here's incomes are coming in right now. Yeah, you can see we make a lot of money. I've been making tons of money from my drivers. I mean, it's not like I make money, but they're making, you know, every day I make, you know, anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. They're basically paying for the loan. So, you know, it's good. It's what we needed. We need people to be able to pay for the loans. And like I said, once we pay that loan off, we'll be buying a new garage, garagey. Looks like they're also working on a France expansion. I'll go over this in ETS 2 also, because it's kind of some of you guys watch this, some of you guys watch that. So I want to make sure I cover it on both ends. But there are some new updates coming for both games, and that's pretty cool. One of them's free. I don't think the France update is going to be free. I would expect that it's going to be a paid DLC. So be prepped for that one. Get out your wallet. Yeah, we're going to make it there just under the gun. This trip is pretty much a full-on sleep trip. So we're not going to, or non-sleep trip, so we're making it, it's basically a day run, though it's a night run, really. But it's a, oops, hang on. Thought I heard my phone ringing. We have 10 hours to go on the trip and 11 hours before we have to rest, so it'll work out pretty perfectly. Oops. No. So in the news, let's see, I think I posted a video since I went to Nashville. And so I've been all over. Now, this last couple days, let's see, Thursday and Friday of last week, the weather was bad. So, unfortunately, that kind of pushed my... And even Saturday, it was really gray until midday. So, unfortunately, it pushed my photo shoots until Sunday. And this weekend, I have my first wedding of the season. And then, thankfully, I think I have maybe 2 the following month. So, it's not like I have a heavy schedule coming up with those. But the good news, this is great news. And once again, still holding my breath. And yawning. Oh my gosh. I drank my coffee just half an hour ago. I shouldn't be yawning yet. You know, I've talked to you guys about our business, and you know, I had a huge client that I didn't lose, but they got bought out by another company, and we've kind of gone over this before. And I was concerned because, you know, they got bought out, and I hadn't heard from them from a year, and I pretty much assumed, well, I guess I've lost this business. And it's not, you know, the end of the world. We had other customers that were filling in the gaps. Come on, get slower. There we go. But it still was a little disappointing. And, but you live with it. And I've had other customers, like I said, that filled in the gaps. Well, the girl called me. Oh, man, I way overshot. Did I get it? No, I don't think. There we go. Okay. 75,000. That's why this truck feels sluggish. So anyway, I went to Columbus, did a bunch of photos for them this year. Also did a bunch of them in the Cleveland area, and I was... Oh, I'm speeding. I was just super concerned that she wasn't going to like him. She's like, you know, telling me on the emails, like, this is your big chance. If I can get you in as a preferred vendor, it's going to, you know, you'll get a lot of business. You know, we do have other photographers already, but you will be one of the preferred vendors, so it will, you know, but these photos better be real good. And the worst part is she told me this after I did the project. Now, I always do a good job, so it still wasn't bad, but the pressure's on, you know. And I'm thinking of things that I could do differently, like, man, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done that, or I wish I would have known. You know, you kind of always second guess yourself, you know, when you're in those kind of situations. And so I was concerned that it just wasn't going to be good enough, and she'd be, you know, like, no, this isn't good, and sorry, they just, you know, good luck, but we don't want to use you. So I'm prepping in my heart for that to happen. So I send the first batch of photos off, and I get this email back from her, and she's like, these are the best photos you've ever done. She's like, thank you so much. These are just incredible. So I'm not going to rest on my laurels, but it is excellent to hear that kind of feedback. And so hopefully, once again, fingers are still crossed, but hopefully I got that project. And if I did, you know, I think I told you guys I'm not doing weddings anymore next year. This is my last year for doing, well, I'll do some video, but I'm not doing any more photo weddings. I hate doing the photo weddings. And I don't hate it, but I'm burned out. It's been 10 years. It's a lot of stress. You're always trying to keep people happy, and they're never happy. And I'm tired of it. I'm really just over it. So I really need something big to fill in that gap. So if we get these properties, this could be that thing that will fill in for me. And I'm just I'm thankful, and I'm feeling very blessed at this moment in that part of my life that, you know, things are finally coming together for my real estate photography business. It's been a long time coming, I'll tell you that much. Sun's coming up. We can turn the brights off now, make it a little more realistic. As we head south, we're passing under the mountains into the Los Angeles area. Here's a tunnel. I just love this game. Yeah, I really keep saying that, but I've been playing this in Euro Truck Simulator, and you know, I love Euro Truck Simulator too. And I'm you know, I think it kind of I was thinking that Euro Truck Simulator wasn't as good as this game, but as I'm back and playing Euro Truck Simulator again, it's great. It really is a great game, and there's really, you know, it's hard to compare the two of them as different because they really are kind of the same game. I like the feeling of the trucks in this game because they're pinned in. Being that they're, you know, front steering, they're not cab over engine or COE. I prefer that type of feel in the cabin. I don't necessarily like, or the cockpit. I said it. I had one viewer yell at me for calling it a cockpit. Yeah, I know, you're right. It's a cabin. I like the feeling in the cabin of the standard setup, like how you drive a real car. Speaking of real cars, I lost my temper bad today. You know, we have a tight garage. I've got a minivan and a regular car in there, and it's pretty tight. And John, and of course he didn't do it on purpose, but he got in the van from one side and then opened up the automatic door and scraped it along the mirror of my car, and so it actually dented my van door and left this huge scrape of missing paint over the entire door. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? He did like $1,000 worth of damage in like 3 seconds. I'm just like, John, and of course it's not going to be insured because it happened in my garage. So I'm furious. It's not his. He's 3 years old. I mean, he didn't do it on purpose, but I was just like, I am so angry right now. I can't even talk. I just went back in the house. I'm like, I'm going inside now. I'll be slamming the doors and going up in my room. On the car, it wasn't so bad. He scraped like a 2-inch or less little scrape. Ooh, speeding. Off the mirror of the green car, of my new car. No big deal. That's easily fixed. I can just take a little bit of touch-up paint and touch that up. It's not, you know, a huge deal, and it's not really it won't really be noticeable. But oh, it made me mad. I'm just like, dude, that's like a $15 fix. Like I said, it ain't gonna look perfect because it's gonna be brushed on, but it's a little spot. It's not like it's super noticeable. But the van, it's like serious damage. I'm just like, are you kidding? And my wife did something to the back of the gate. She swears she didn't, but she's the one that was driving it. So I'm like, well, I think what she did was she parked too close to somebody else, and they opened up their lift gate, and it scraped along the back of our car and scraped up the back door. I'm just like, this is a 1.5-year-old van. I still owe like $17,000 on it. You know, it's like, you guys are killing my cars. Whatever. It's just stuff. I just have to remember that. I got pretty mad though. I was pretty mad. I said some bad words that I shouldn't have said, and then went back in the house. I said, "Are you blankety blank kidding me?" Actually, it was just one blankety. Stomped in the house, slammed the door, and went up to my room and just sat on my bed for 10 minutes and took deep breaths. Poor little John. He's just looking out the window like, I'm in trouble, aren't I? But he wasn't. Like I said, you know, it all goes back to, it was pretty much my fault anyway, because I'm the one that parked the van so close to the door. Like, I didn't pull the van all the way over where I should have pulled it. I had it a little bit too close to the car, and that's why it did that. If I had parked it properly when I pulled it in, you know, 2 days ago, because I haven't driven it for 2 days, it wouldn't have, the doors wouldn't have touched the mirror. But now it's too late, and the mirror or the door is ruined. So that really sucks. I mean, it's going to be, seriously, they're going to have to roll it out because it's buckled, like it dented it in, and then rip the paint off. And I'm just like, I can't even speak right now going in the house. Life, you know, it's just like the kids trash so much stuff. The way that I'm looking at these minivans, and I love them, and you know, I first of all, we should have never bought a new car. I know better than that, and that's why this car, I didn't buy a new car. I bought a used car. There's no reason to spend, well, I mean, I get it, but there's no reason to spend $30,000 on a brand new car when you can get the same thing for, you know, 20 with, you know, 50,000 miles on it, because they're just broken in at that point, you know. And you know, here I am with a brand new car. It's got 44,000 miles on it. It's got a cracked windshield. It's got freaking scratches and dings all over it. My wife runs it into the stuff in the front of the garage all the time, so the front bumper's all beat up. And I'm just like, I got 4 years of payments left on this thing, guys. I mean, come on, seriously, you're killing me. Welcome to real life, right? Oh man. At least with the car, and I was sad that it dinged the mirror, but I'm like, whatever. It's a used car. Yeah, I'm making payments on that too, but they're a lot lower. It's not $500 a month. I think my van is like $480 or $490 a month. You know, the car is like $140. So I will never buy it. Well, I don't want to say never, but until I'm an old man and my kids are all grown up and my wife has left me, I'll never buy a new car. When everybody's gone and I'm the only one left, that's pretty much when I'm going to buy myself a nice car that's new. And my friend Tom always pointed out, because people are, you know, everybody has a brand that they love, you know, and they're usually European and they're usually expensive. And he's like, you know what? He's like, those BMWs, they need oil changes just like the Chevys do. And they wear out just like the Chevys do. You know, I mean, they're cool and everything, but you're going to be, if you buy a Ford or if you buy a Mercedes, either way, you're going to have maintenance costs. And unfortunately, with the European cars, the maintenance is way more expensive. You know, you're looking at, I know my friend had a BMW, and it was an old one. It wasn't even a new one. It was like a 130, 140, maybe even 170,000 miles on it. And the oil changes were $100 an oil change, you know, because it requires special. He had to buy new tires for it. The tires were like way over $1,000. He was like, I got to sell this car. He's like, I can't afford to maintain it. You know, the car was free. Somebody owed him money and they gave it to him. But he's just like, I can't afford to maintain this thing. It's costing me an arm and a leg to keep the thing running. And that's the rub with those really cool European cars. So anyway, my point is, I don't know what car. I'm trying to think of what car I would buy. I know everybody's got a favorite. You guys want to put in the liner notes what your favorite car is. You know, I really like Mark's. I like the idea of an old American muscle car, but I want a convertible. That's like my brother-in-law had this. What was it? It was a Chevy Impala, 1964. So the thing was like a huge boat. And it was. Let's see. It weighed. I mean, it was white, and it was lowered. Somebody had chopped it, but it was a convertible, and it was just gorgeous, and it was fun to drive around in. But the problem is, of course, those old cars, after hours of driving, there's no cruise control, you know, and it's like it gets a little uncomfortable for more than an hour or two. But I could see cruising around Medina in some old convertible, taking it up to the auto shows because we have a lot of auto shows here in Medina. People come from all over the place and bring their old cars, and pretty much during the summer, every weekend, there's at least 2 or 3 auto shows. I know on Tuesday nights, Ruby Tuesdays has an auto show, and when I say show, it's not really like a show, but you'll have 40, 50 people show up with their old muscle cars and you know, coupes and stuff like that. It's really neat. Medina, just for whatever reason, attracts that. The Dairy Queen up in town on the weekends always has stuff. Now we have just to show you how much of a popular thing it is around here, we actually have a Quaker Steak and Lube, and those are always like in places where there's a draw for motorcycles or for you know, muscle cars. So I loved muscle cars, you know, but I'd like to get like a totally refurbished, something convertible, like a Dodge, like an early 70s, late 60s, like Dodge Charger or something fun to drive, you know. And that would be my nobody touches this car. You know, another one that would be fun, like just for, but you have to have a daily driver, so I'd have to have 2 cars then. That'll never happen. For me, it's like I just can't cope with spending that much money on fun stuff, you know. To me, that's like, I don't know that I'd ever be able to do that, because there's so many people that need things that I'd feel really guilty spending $30,000-$40,000 on a car that's going to sit for half a year. My brother-in-law did it for a while. Like I said, he had that car, and then he just kind of felt guilty about it and sold it and used the money to help some like local orphans. He's like, I don't need the car that bad, which I thought, you know, okay. I was sad to see it go. Like, oh, you're selling your car? He's like, I can't cruise around with you anymore. Okay. But it was you know, I think after a while, it's just stuff, you know. But I like to keep my cars real clean, you know, in the van. I just can't. I can't win. It's like either my wife is crashing it, or, you know, we're getting hit by stones and it's cracking the windshield, and the kids are, you know, spilling pop all over the back. I'm just like, I can't win. I'm always trying to keep this car clean, and everybody's just working against me and banging the crap out of it. And it's such a nice van too. It's got all the new gadgets and stuff, you know. I mean, it's, you know, minivans, people, there's such a negative connotation for minivans. People really like look down upon minivans. But they're actually, I think, you know, if I was going to pick between a minivan and an SUV, and I know it's not cool, I would pick the minivan hands down every time. You get more cargo space. You get seats that can be removed, and you can like haul couches around. I mean, it's got so much more practicality. The mileage is better because it's front-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive. And the seats are like captain's chairs. I mean, the front seats, those minivan seats are the most comfortable car seats I've ever been in. You know, I've driven a lot of different cars. I rent cars all the time, and I'm telling you, man, the minivan they're so comfortable. So I don't know. Everybody's got something that they like, but for me, I like the minivan. I'm very happy with it. So I'll always have at least one minivan. Oh, you need something moved? Well, here you go. Got to take a family of 8 somewhere? Here you go. Hop in. Now, Mark is kind of off doing his own thing, and so, you know, he's obviously in the Air Force. He's going to be gone for the next 3 months. He's gotten orders. Orders came down, so now he's, I don't want to say shipped out because he's only in Youngstown, Ohio. It's not like he's super far away, but he's gone for all intents and purposes. He's got his own car. He goes everywhere with his girlfriend. He doesn't really go with us anymore. The reason why I bought there goes my loan installment. The reason why I bought a minivan is because I needed to fit 8 people, and now I only need to fit 7, so I still need a minivan. But as the kids grow up, you know, my needs for it grow less and less. Still, it's really nice having one, and I probably always will keep at least a minivan and then a car that my wife won't be allowed to drive, or if she's gone, you know. Marriage problems, maybe. No, she'll probably be around. All right, so we are at our destination. Unfortunately, it's one of these like intersections of death. Oh, yeah, and I'm not fast enough. They're gonna have to stop. Sometimes they stop. Sometimes they plow. Hopefully, they're gonna stop. Looks like they did. So, what are you gonna do? I don't know what else to do with those. In real life, I guess you'd have to wait, and they do exist. I mean, here in Ohio, we have intersections like that. Just a couple miles south of where I live, on 42, there are intersections where it's, you know, it's do or die, but the traffic is light. It's not like here where there's like traffic every 2 seconds. In those places, it's pretty, you know, they're like in the country. So, all right, so let's get a feel for what we're doing here. It's there. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. I can't swing around the horn there. Okay, well, we'll have to... Oh my gosh, all these little trailers parked around. We'll have to weasel our way in here. And unfortunately, we're going to have to do it from outside because it's on that part of the view that I can't... The mirrors... In reality, you can see your mirrors better. Hey, look at those cedars. Guy's working on the cedars over there. In reality, you could see out, you know... Because you can use in real life, the mirrors are pretty helpful, but in this game, everything's so small, it's hard to see what you're doing. So, sorry, I'm concentrating. I know everything gets quiet. It's because I can't sit back and talk at the same time. There we go. That's a pretty good job there. I'm off center a little bit, but you'll never know. Dink, ding, dink, 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 dink. I'm going up a level. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, well. Still entrepreneur. Not all the paint jobs are unlocked yet. I like this paint job. I don't love the paint job. I might change it eventually. I don't know. We'll see. It costs a lot of money to get the cool ones. All right. So let's see where we're at. Right back to where I was on the map, and try to figure out where we need to go to rest. All right. So straight ahead is gas and rest. Truck is probably pretty low damage right now. Unfortunately, there's no shops around here, so... And I have a feeling we're probably going to have to drive to San Diego to get the next job, so... What's best? Let's see. Yeah, San Diego's the closest city. You know, there might be something in El Centro, but we'll see. I'm going to pull ahead and go to sleep, and we'll do another episode another night. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it's a little shorter. Like I said, I want to try to get Euro Truck Simulator in too, so I'm going to do both. They're going to be shorter possibly. Euro Truck, unfortunately, I think because I'm so high level on that one, I mean, there's people that are higher, but because of my level status. Oh, I forgot to do a screenshot. I always do that. Well, life goes on. Because I'm higher level in Euro Truck Simulator, it basically means that I just have to I have to split the trips up because I have such a high level on the road distances. Oh, I asked for that. Thought it'd be 55 here, but I'm not paying attention, so. Okay, we're good now. I'll just set the cruise control. Like some cop on the freeway would radar you. I guess they probably would, wouldn't they? Look how cool that truck looks. Anyway, I have to break the trips up for Euro Truck Simulator probably because they're so long that it's like a 3-day trip. It would be like a 3-hour video, you know, so it's going to get broken up into pieces. So we're going to go over here to bed and breakfast and maybe get a screenshot when we get there. I'll take one here. Hold on. I got a pretty cool screenshot there. That was fun. And we come up on El Centro. And I'm speeding again. Don't let me catch you speeding again. Name that game. Game one, you come up. Give me the name of that game. Don't let me catch you speeding again. I'm not going to give the answer. I want you guys to figure out where it came from. Let's just say it's from the past, so you'll have to go back a little bit in your knowledge of history. I'm just cutting across because this is never going to end. Once again, you have to bully the traffic in this game. The way they have it set up, there's just too much flow going on. Alright, now I got a lot of gas, but... Oh, I missed. I was at a gas station the other day, and it's up on 18 by my house, but it's a pretty tight, you know, in and out. And there was this poor dude in a semi truck trying to deliver fuel. He had a big, you know, trailer full of gas, and nobody would let him in. Like he pulled out and then got so where he could back in, and then people kept pulling up behind him to exit. And he's like, you know, got his reverse lights on, and he's beeping, and nobody's moving. They're just like keep backing up behind him. As soon as somebody would clear out and realize what was happening, the next person would pull in. I'm like telling people, I'm like, get over, and you're like, what? I want to get out. I'm like, you have to get over. The truck's backing up, and they're like, oh, it's stupid people. Here we go. So you can see there's a bunch of income coming in. We just made, we went from 145, I think, or 147,000 to 159. My 14,000 helped, but there's you know several $1,000s from my drivers also. So anyway, we were at a good place. It's nighttime, and I'm starting the cycle again. So I'll try to get back on the regular day cycle, and then we'll record another episode. All right, guys. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. I will see you on the roads.